Hello everyone, welcome to the Gilnor Brothers YouTube channel. My name is Will or ThirdBase. I'll be joined on this channel by Danny or DopeyRS to bring you all sorts of duo old school RuneScape content, not just limited to Hardcore Iron Man. Dopey's audio will not be on this episode, however, as his mic is having some issues and the audio quality wasn't to our liking. To get ready for the release of Group Iron Man, whenever that may be, we decided to come out with a duo Hardcore Iron Man series. In this series, we'll be rushing or speedrunning to raids and eventually Theater of Blood. Our ultimate goal is to, of course, not die, but if one of us does happen to die, both of us will have to restart with fresh accounts. On this death, we will embark on a 2-week journey being wilderness locked. If we happen to cross paths, it's a fight to the death. Following this journey, the winner of the fight gets the entire value of the other's bank for a giveaway. One lucky viewer will get the chance to earn 50% of both bank values, and that's not all. All other viewers will be able to take part in various games and activities to win portions of the remaining 50% of the bank values. With that being said, let's hop into the first episode of the Duo Hardcore Iron Man series. We started out the account by getting 99 firemaking at the very fun and eventful Wintertot. Had a couple close calls on both accounts, but we survived until the end. Our main focus there was to, of course, get the Tome of Fire, which I ended up getting 2 of, and Dopey got his 1 Tome of Fire. He also snagged the pet on 109 KC. Next, after 99 firemaking, we wanted to just rush and knock out 70 agility. We wanted to get 70 agility right away to unlock the Taverley Dungeon agility shortcut for blue dragons to make collecting bones much easier, to get early prayer levels to, keep us safe with protection prayers. We are Hardcore Iron Man after all, by the way. On top of unlocking the agility shortcut, having that high of agility also makes running around the game much easier and less annoying. Before hopping straight into the 70 agility grind, though, we decided to quest a little bit. So as you can see here, we're fighting the scary black demons, which I got chanced on my first account, my first hardcore, ThirdBase. Rest in peace. He died to a power outage at Demonic Gorillas. So that was not fun. Hopefully that does not happen to either of us in this series. But yeah, so we did some quests to get some early levels, some early agility levels primarily. We wanted to reduce the amount of actual agility we had to do as much as we could. From there, we hopped over to the ZMI altar to potentially snag some rune scimitars. I actually ended up getting my rune scimitar on 4 KC, so I got very lucky there. Dopey, it took him a little bit longer, but not too long. From there, we went on to a couple more quests, and then hopped on over to the Mauritania course after getting 40 agility at the Varrock course. So the plan was from 40 agility to 55, we do the Mauritania course. Now, Mauritania course sucks for experience. So we decided to take a little break and go to Last Man Standing. That did not go too well. There's a couple clips of me here KOing some kids, but for the most part, it went like that second clip that you saw there, just getting absolutely destroyed. But it was fun, and we got a few points towards the rune pouch. From LMS, we went over to the Lizardman Canyon, and we grabbed a couple of Xeric's talismans. We got our first one, and then we got a second one to dismantle for the extra charges. So that's going to be a great tool to get around Zaya. While at the Mauritania course, I happened to snag the agility pet, the giant squirrel, at 50 agility, which is insane. I did some calculations, and it's about a 1 in 36,000 chance to get at level 50 at the Mauritania course. So pretty unreal luck there. We both had very good luck with pets. Dopey, again, getting his Phoenix pet at 109 KC. The fun of getting the pet only lasted about 45 seconds because I had to just chuck him in the bank and continue growing cats for death runes, which we ended up getting about 2,400 of, so it was very worth it. From there, we went ahead and started doing some quests that we needed to get done anyways, such as Lost City, and I went ahead and got a couple extra Draymond branches for quests in the future and just to have extra Draymond staffs in the bank. I always like to have extra of those, even though on this account I can't die, so there's not much point to having extras. But nonetheless, I just like always getting a few extra ones just to have in the bank. Now that the Lost City quest was completed and we entered Xanaris for the first time, we went ahead and unlocked fairy rings. Of course, to do so, you have to do Fairy Tales Part 1 and then start Part 2. So we took on the ever so scary Tanglefoot boss by flinching him for about 10 minutes. This was by far the lowest combat that I've ever done this quest on. It took quite a long time to finish him off. But we got it done, turned in the Queen Secators to the Fairy Godfather, and finished the quest. At this point, we were able to start Part 2 and talk to Fairy Fixit so that she could fix the fairy rings for us and allow us to teleport all across Gielinor. This, of course, is extremely huge for early game questing and just questing in general throughout the entirety of your account on the game. Once we unlocked the fairy rings, we headed straight up to the Xanaris fairy ring to pay the 80k to unlock that one. This one will help us get to the Dark Altar to change spellbooks for Ensouled Heads, for prayer training, and all that good stuff, because we will be needing to get 70 prayer as soon as possible, and the more Ensouled Heads we can use, the less blue dragons we have to kill, which will be nice. After our little questing break, we went back to the Mauritania agility course and finished off 55 agility. After that, it was time to go out to the desert and venture onto the agility pyramid. Now, we only did the agility pyramid from 55 to 60 just because Mauritania takes forever. And of course, you can make some decent cash doing the agility pyramid. It's much better XP, and we ended up making about 250k-ish from 55 to 60 agility. Now, of course, you missed out on the Marks of Grace, but as you'll see towards the end of the video, we ended up having plenty after getting 70 and buying the full Graceful. So it was not a huge deal at all. The faster experience rates and the added cash bonus definitely made it worthwhile. Upon completing 60 agility at the agility pyramid, we went ahead and got everything we needed to do the Kandarin Easy Diary. We did this before going to the series course in order to get 5% extra Marks of Grace while doing that course. So on top of the better XP rates than Mauritania, we also got probably right around the same amount of Marks of Grace as we would have if we stayed there till 60 or till 70, as some people do. We ended up completing the entire Graceful outfit and had about 100 or so Marks of Grace each by the time we got 70 agility. So that's great. We can use those marks, those extra marks, for recoloring our Graceful, which both of us will be doing the whited out version after completing all of the Zaya favors. That's my favorite personally. I think Dopey is going to be doing that one as well, but we'll see. That's definitely the one I will be going with, but we will also be getting more Marks of Grace in the future as we need to train agility more. So we can use those for staminas and all that good stuff. Alright guys, we will go ahead and wrap up the first episode of the Duo Hardcore Iron Man series with us completing the terribly long and extremely boring 70 agility grind. This, of course, unlocks the Taverley Dungeon agility shortcut, which makes killing blue dragons for dragon bones much more feasible and efficient. We will see you in the next episode where we kill some blue dragons, collect bones, get 43 plus prayer, and then continue with our quest towards Chambers of Xeric and the Theater of Blood. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and leave a follow and hit the like button, and we will see you next week for episode 2 of the Duo Hardcore Iron Man series.